Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and now this is the Frontline Changes Report for the past 24 hours, maybe plus a few hours. So we have quite a number of frontline changes. We have frontline changes over at Shen. The Russians have did some PR stunts of their own. They learned from the Ukrainians. They learn from the best. There's frontline changes over at Spanoye in the Kursk front, at Kupyansk, Petrivka, Yurievka, Novo-Oleksievka, Vonesenka, Novoselidivka, Ilinka, Novo-Ilinka, Antonivka, Maximivka, Kshataske, Makarivka, and Rivnopil. So this is the full list of the frontline change. We have some of the areas listed there. If you can see, cannot see, then I will summarize it at the end of this video, and I will do the calculation of the full total captured by the Russians over the past 24 hours. And so first thing first is this ridiculous situation over in Chernihiv. This is the border. This is the border of this Sumy. Oh, there's some horrible handwriting. So this Sumy, and this Chernihiv. This This is just She. Yeah, Chernihiv and Nihiv. So the Russians has basically entered into Chernihiv region. This is not an offensive. So I just want to say this is not a Russian offensive. This is just a PR stunt. This is the same situation over in the Kursk front as well. Because if you look at the geography around here, if you can't see this, I'll change the map. You can see how the river system around here, this river goes back to Russia. And basically the Russians can just walk into this area here easily. Just walk in. The Ukrainians are not there because the bridge here has been destroyed already. So which is why this is just a PR thing. There is it have no strategic military value in terms of anything. This is what I say as the same as the situation over in the Kursk front, where the Ukrainians have held positions here. So this is the same the same river, where the Ukrainians basically have entered into this area around here, condored off by the river, and the Russians can't do shit about it. There's no way the Russians can do anything about this, because crossing it over would just be suicidal. So this is the same situation. But the incursion is, of course, by distance, looks pretty spectacular. From the border to the geolocation of the map raising at the bridge is 1.92 kilometers. And the distance they travel down the road is, from the border is 7 kilometers. From the other settlement is around 5 kilometers. This is not a small area. This is like 23 square kilometers. But again, this is a useless ground. Strategically, militarily, is useless. So it's not a new front. It's not a Chernihiv offensive. It's nothing. So it's a nothing burger. Don't get too excited about it. Yeah, I know. No, you may see some headlines here and there, or Twitter or YouTube. Yeah, chill the fuck up. So and over in the Spanoye. So this the disclaim by the Ukrainian mapping. This in the Kursk front. So this is the entire Kursk front, and this is the southern flank. At the southern flank, so the Russian forces basically have retaken all of these grounds down to where the border is. Basically, this map by the Ukrainian mapping. So that's all. This is predictable because this is not a defendable position. The Ukrainians probably have positions around the forest, and they basically have already lost this position right now. Especially the main fighting is basically concentrating around Kurakhove. So it's a bit too distracting to hold a useless position where you have a perfectly nice settlement to let Russia destroy their own settlement. So that's what happening around at Kursk. The next frontline change is over at Kupyansk. So at the Kupyansk front, this electric guitar has just got longer, and this electric guitar also is not a fake guitar. Apparently, the Russians are really here. They are really in Kursk. in Kupyansk right now. There's a geolocation of Russian forces continue to advance, and they have captured some POWs. There's a tank basically firing point blank at the building, basically operating in this area here. The Ukrainians didn't seem to be defending this area quite well right now. Very sparse. I think the Ukrainians themselves get caught by surprise, I think, by this development as well. So the distance from the last front line to the geolocation is around almost 700 meters advanced. And the fact that the Russians have infantry and tanks wandering around here, there's a high chance that the Russians would quickly expand control. But of course, the Russians are clearing this area here, because who knows which house there's Ukrainian soldiers. So, and this is not a small city. Kupyansk is a pretty decently sized city. So let's continue to watch. But the fact that they have a freaking tank here does shows that, yeah, this area here might have a much bigger Russian presence. So we'll just wait for more information regarding the Kupyansk. The next frontline change is over at Petrivka. We jump all the way from Kupyansk, which is here. We jump all the way here to the Pokrovsk front. And over at the Pokrovsk front, the Petrivka, there is a Russian advance in this area here. The small little advance, continuing the advance along the railway line, as I think they will continue that way. They're going this way, continuing with the railway track. So this frontline change around Petrivka. South of Petrivka, there is frontline change west of Novosilka. So other than the small little advance at Yurievka due to the geolocation, we can also establish based on another geolocation that the Russian forces have advanced west of Novosilka, securing the small little village properly. So the geolocation to the settlement is around 1.5 kilometers. So this is a pretty decent advance in the direction of Pushkine. So that's the front line change over at Novosilka. And yeah, my voice is breaking apart again. Yeah. So anyway, going to the Kurakhove sector, huge frontline change reported by Deep State UA, showing that the Russian forces have advanced and captured the entirety of Voznesenka, as well as a majority of Novosilka. And there is geolocation to confirm why the Ukrainians have mapped it in this way, but I think Deep State UA's report is going to come in the next few hours as per this recording. So yeah, maybe there will be more. I'm not sure, but this is the frontline change over at this area here. Further south, over around the Ilinka region, Russian forces have captured Ilinka and expanded control in the north of Ilinka as well as west of Ilinka, moving towards Nova Ilinka. So this is the frontline change in this region, and they are all moving towards Beresky, which is the next target for the Russian forces operating in this sector. And after Nova Ilinka, at Antonivka, geolocation of Russian forces over on the west of Antonivka confirms that the Russians have captured most of Antonivka. So this most of Antonivka is now fully under Russian control. Russian sources declared that they have captured Antonivka. Reported by Ryba, they say that the Russian forces have fully captured Antonivka, and they have mapped it in this way. We're linking up with their claims over in Katerinivka. So this is their claim. They cannot confirm if the Ukrainian forces have abandoned or are still at this major entrenchment just west of Antonivka. So we just continue to monitor and see how this continue to develop. No, my voice. Where's my voice? Come back. No. Yeah, my voice is also Ukrainian. So sorry. Yeah, they also retreated from my throat. Over in the Uspenivka region, at Maksimivka, Russian sources claimed the capture of Maksimivka, and based on their mapping, they have claimed that the Russian forces have advanced greatly in the direction of Sukiyali, and in the process capturing the entirety of Maksimivka. The Ukrainian mapping can only confirm the advance in this area here. So this is a pretty far distance from the southernmost point to the further longest point is around 3.44 kilometers. So this is the advance in the direction of Sukiyali, which is over here. So that's all for the frontline change at this sector. And we go into the Velyka Novosilka sector. This is over here. So on the eastern flank, the Russian forces advance from Shatarsky all the way to Zolota Neva, westward towards Velyka Novosilka, capturing a huge amount of grounds. But this is based on Russian claims. This cannot be confirmed just yet. And in the north of Shatarsky, the Russian forces have secured a bit more ground west of Yasna Polyana. So the total front line along here is almost 8 kilometers, and the advance is around 3.5 plus kilometers westward towards Velyka Novosilka. So the front line right now from the furthest point all the way to Velyka Novosilka is around 5.6 kilometers. So, and then we move on to the Makarivka on the western western half of Velyka Novosilka sector. Russian forces advance towards Makarivka from Staromayovsky, and they have advanced northwards from Rivnopil, as well as securing the southwest of Rivnopil. So this is the frontline change in this region here, and yeah. So I believe this is all the frontline changes, and if we look at the total area captured, Chernihiv region, the border region is 23. In the Kursk region, the Spanoye region is 4.66 square kilometers. Kupyansk is very small, it's only 0.14 square kilometers because it's just one small advance. Pokrovsk sector is mainly concentrated around Petrivka and Novooleksievka, which is around 4.08 square kilometers. Kurakhove sector is a bit more around it with all these different things. Is around 5.09 square kilometers. And then Uspenivka region, which is the areas around Katerinivka and Antonivka with the Maximivka region, this combines to 10.88 square kilometers. And finally, the biggest advance over the past 24 hours is around Velyka Novosilka. Come back, join the Russian voice, join the Russians. Yeah, sorry. They already went AWOL. Yeah, so my voice is getting worse and worse. And in the Velyka Novosilka sector, Shatarsky region all the way to Zolota Neva plus the Makarivka plus Rivnopil, all these combined to 23.23 square kilometers. This is the biggest advance over the past 24 hours, and the Ukrainians have advanced 0. So let's do a quick calculation with my calculator. So 23 plus 4.66 plus 0.14 plus 4.08 plus 5.06 plus 10.88 plus 23.23. The total Russian advance is 71 square kilometers over the past 24 hours, which is actually pretty high. It's still on the high side. So I'm going to add this into this number. So it's 71.08 square kilometers. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. And sorry for my voice. I don't know where it went. And I'll see you guys in the next update.